What's going on, guys? So we're coming back at you with another full review, and this is one that I've been spending time with for a solid week now. I actually purchased a 3 ml decant from Decant House. This is a newer release that I've been very excited to get my hands on. I'm talking about the new Polo Blue Parfum. So like I said, this is a 3 ml decant. I've used almost half of it, so I've been through a little over 1 ml. I've been doing about 2 to 3 sprays literally every single night when I'm sitting around winding down, testing this fragrance during the day. I have a few sprays on right now, and I've spent enough time with it to where I'm definitely ready to give you what I get from it, the details, the performance, the whole 9 yards. So let's discuss it. Stay tuned. So I'll have the notes on screen for you guys, and I can tell you as soon as the opening blast of this fragrance is a nice orangey, very, very spicy, earthy tone fragrance. With that said, it does resemble Polo Blue EDT, the base original DNA for this named flanker. Now, the beautiful part is it doesn't smell like deep blue parfum just about at all, really, in my opinion. That smelled like Polo Blue EDT with some added cypress mixed with Dior Sauvage, because it was ambroxan, a lot of cypress and stuff like that, and more of the fresher aspects of Polo Blue EDT. Whereas this is deep, rich, and refined. This Polo Blue Parfum is to Polo Blue EDT what I feel Bleu de Chanel Parfum is to Bleu de Chanel EDT. Whereas you're sacrificing some of the freshness, though it's still there. Remnants of the freshness of the opening is still there, but this is just a deep, rich, smooth, and much more refined take on the DNA. This is polished. This is a great office wear type of scent. Like I said, you're going to get a lot of spiciness. It's very aromatic at the same time. It's not a real soapy aromatic type of smell. It's more of a green aromatic type of feel. So I feel like the clary sage kind of outweighs the lavender in this fragrance because, like I said, I don't get much of a soapy feel, but it's still very aromatic. But the olibanum that's used here mixed with the oak, that was an interesting combination in the base. Gives this earthy, the patchouli and vetiver could be adding to the earthiness of this fragrance because there is a pretty strong earthy tone to this fragrance from start to finish. But I know oak can come across with some earthy nuances. But olibanum, which is a form of frankincense, and I've told you guys many times before that any form of incense or smoky notes of any kind, or even smoky woods like Gaiac wood, tends to really pop and enhance off of my skin. So this is actually quite the smoky and earthy fragrance on my skin with a lot of spice. There's a lot of spice going on here. I really feel like I get a lot of the cardamom and pink pepper, with the pink pepper being more spicy than sweet, because sometimes pink pepper can be more sweet than spicy. It all depends on, I guess, the type of pink pepper that's used. Well, it could just be a lower balance and it's mostly cardamom that I get, but I get a lot of fresh spice and a lot of warmth and spiciness and earthy, smoky tones from this fragrance. It's actually very, very lovely. This is a beautiful scent. It does, like I said, it reminds you of that all-time popular scent DNA, but it really walks its own path, but still stays true to the fragrance it's named after. This is a Parfum flanker done right, in my opinion, because they always, as they change concentrations, they always manipulate the formula. They always change the formula a bit. So that's why you always end up with these different note breakdowns, but you'll still get similarities. When it's done right, you'll get similarities to the previous version or the base DNA. So I'm actually very impressed with what Ralph Lauren did in this instance. This is a very, very great scent to smell. It's my cup of tea. I do prefer Parfum flankers most of the time because of the rich, full smell that you get from them. And in this instance, the spice is dialed up, the earthiness is dialed up, and I'm a sucker for a nice incensey type of smell coming off of my skin. And I definitely get that from Polo Blue Parfum. In regards to performance, this is where I love it and some people won't. So when I say that, it does stick to the skin. So this has been going 8 to 9 hours range before it fades off into barely anything of a faint skin scent. So I can safely say 8 to 10 hours pretty much. Because if you spray your clothes with this, I'm sure you will get more out of it, but with a higher oil concentration, it's not something I'm looking to spray my clothes with personally. But 8 to 10 hours of longevity. The reason the staying power is there. The reason I say some won't like it is because projection is on the moderate to weaker side. The first hour, I definitely get plenty of, standard arm's reach type of stuff that you would expect early in the life of the fragrance when the bright freshness of the top, the orange and the pink pepper and the aromatics are really popping, giving it a lot of life off of the skin. So it's not a room filler. It's not really loud. You're not going to reach out and grab somebody from 10 feet away, but within, like I said, kind of arm's reach type of stuff. In the first hour, pretty easy to smell you. Then it starts to get a bit closer to the skin. This is one of those things that I relate to Bleu de Chanel Parfum, where as it gets closer to the skin, what you do get becomes very consistent because of the density of the aroma, because it's a higher oil concentration. I'm not sure of the exact oil concentration, but a Parfum is 25% and above. So it's at minimum 25% oil concentration, which is a pretty high oil concentration, especially for a designer like this. So the projection settles into a nice sillage. The sillage here is where the beauty is with the fragrance, which is what I prefer. I don't need to have something that's in your face or even in my own face and overwhelming. I like fragrances like that in certain instances. Some days I want a beast. Most days I don't. This would suit most days for me because the sillage on this, it leaves a lingering trail. It's got a strong aroma for what you do get. When you pass somebody, they will get, a nice whiff of your fragrance if they happen to be breathing through their nose. This is one of those fragrances that does it. It's not a light trail. It's kind of a stronger trail. So it's not pushing and screaming to grab somebody, but when you walk by, it hangs around for a second or two. There's opportunity within a few feet for somebody to smell you. So there's always potential for somebody to tell you smell nice. Now, I haven't personally gotten any compliments in the time I've spent with this thus far, but I think the performance for the scent profile is ideal. I think it's perfect across the board. It really is. Like I said, if you're looking for that loud fragrance, this ain't it. But if you're looking for smooth and refined, that dresses up really well, a blue fragrance that dresses up very well, just like Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Now, I know I keep referencing that. They don't smell anything alike, but they have a similar vibe and do a similar thing in their each respective line, the Bleu de Chanel line and the Polo Blue line. So performance on this, like I said, I think it's ideal for the scent. My final thoughts on Polo Blue Parfum. I will tell you that within the next few weeks of this video being recorded, I will be getting a full bottle. I've already seeked out a few places that have them, trying to find it for a few dollars below retail. I have found it for a few dollars below retail. Nothing, exponential in discounts, but I definitely need a bottle of this. I think it is the highlight of the scent profile. I've had a bottle of Polo Blue EDT in the past. I own a bottle of Polo Deep Blue Parfum. I own Polo Ultra Blue, but I don't own the EDP in the Gold Blend or Polo Blue Sport. So I don't have them all, but eventually I will. But so far, I think Polo Blue Parfum is the way to go. I think this is every bit of an 8 out of 10 fragrance. It's great. It's not quite outstanding. 9.5 would be outstanding, but 8.5 in my rating system is a great fragrance. It's better than a very good fragrance. Very good is 7 and 7.5. So this is one that, for me personally, in my taste, I assumed I would like from when it originally got announced, when I did one of the new fragrance release videos, like almost 2 months ago. I was very excited about this one. And now that I've gotten to spend time with it, it's undoubtedly a grab a 4.2 ounce bottle type of situation for me, which will last me a very, very long time. And this is one that I will wear in similar situations to when I would want to wear Bleu de Chanel Parfum. So this is going to rival that fragrance for me. Like I said, I see them doing a very similar job. They have a very similar vibe. And they do the same job in each of their own lines. So I class it up there right with Bleu de Chanel Parfum. So that should tell you a lot. That's my thoughts on it. I think it's a great fragrance. Definitely a try before you buy, because if you're the type that's looking for a beast, you may be disappointed because it's not a beast. It will stick to your skin, but it's much more subdued and it's much more dressy. If you're looking for a dressy, versatile, mass appealing fragrance, Polo Blue Parfum is definitely one of those. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on the new Polo Blue Parfum released this year in 2022. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried this already, have a bottle, have smelled it, tested it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you not like it? Do you hate it? Let me know down in the comments. Everybody's going to have different feelings on it. Just because I really like it doesn't necessarily mean you will. So definitely sound off in the comments for what you think about it if you've tried it. Until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Polo Blue Parfum and you give it a spray now, there's a chance you might thank me later. Have a good one, guys.